Good morning, second graders. Today is Monday. It's April 27th. I wanted to hop on and say good morning to you and wish you good luck as you get started on your assignments for today and for this week. The first thing I want to remind you about is that Mrs. Strapinski is doing her morning messages every single day. They are uploaded to her YouTube account. If you've not been able to see them, go ahead and go back into the Clever portal. You will see the icon for Mrs. Strapinski's YouTube channel. You can click there and you can find them. She always has the date, so you can find the day and the date to match what day we're on. And I'm also including the morning messages each morning in the Seesaw announcement section. So when you hop on in the morning before you start your assignments, head over to that inbox, check if there's an announcement. Each morning you'll find an announcement from me, like this morning. And I will also have the link to Mrs. Strapinski's message so you can watch that as well. One thing she's been working on is her estimation jar. She has her jar of jelly beans that she's been sharing. If you have a guess for how many jelly beans you think are in that jar, she would like for you to send her an email. You could send me an email, I can send it to her. You're allowed to send one email or one guess each week until she decides she has enough guesses, and then she'll figure out who the closest student was with their estimation, and they will get their prize. Today, for writing, we are on episode 6. You are going to be working on your closing. So looking at our informational writing so far, we've done our introduction, we've done our 3 subtopics, and today we're on our closing. Now, before I go into the closing and how to work through that, I want to pause for a second and show you something. Over the weekend, your parents received an email with a link to print out some writing paper. It will be plain, but it will have the illustration box and the lines for you. Please go back and fill out your different pieces of writing onto paper. I know you've done a fabulous job with working through your writing and typing it into Seesaw, as most of you have been doing, and sending it to me that way. But it's going to be really difficult to put your book together and publish it if it's all on Seesaw. When you go on Seesaw, if you click on the tab that says activities, if you click on the tab that says journal, you can find your student work journal, and you should be able to go back and to find the different pieces of writing you've submitted. I would like for you to print out a couple pieces of paper if you can and work on writing your story on paper. Pay close attention to your capitals, to your periods, to your spelling patterns, your word spacing, all of those things that are a little bit difficult to do when you're typing. Go back and put your writing onto paper. Now, if you don't have a printer at home, that's okay. You can use any paper you have. If you have lined notebook paper or even plain paper, I just really would like for you to work on taking your writing from Seesaw and putting it onto paper so that you can have a finished book that we're going to publish and you have your physical book to share. Now, each section of our book is going to be a different page. So I have my introduction on one page, and I haven't done my illustration yet. I haven't even finished all of my ideas for my introduction. I left off, I paused for a second, I was going to keep moving through and I'll come back to this. My second page is my first subtopic, what lions eat. I wrote the name of that subtopic at the top. Again, think of your subtopics like chapters. This chapter is about what lions eat. It needs to have a chapter title so that the reader knows what they're going to read about on this page. I also have a page for my second subtopic, which is where lions live. Again, I included the title of my subtopic and I included my sentences. I would like to remind you again that each subtopic or each chapter should have 3 to 4 sentences. I'm seeing some beautiful writing, but some subtopics only have 1 sentence. It doesn't teach me very much. If you're talking about where an animal lives or what an animal eats or how to play a game, you can tell me more than 1 sentence. So really think, get creative on how you want to write your sentences and share those facts. But each page, each subtopic or chapter should have 3 to 4 sentences. My third and final subtopic is what lions look like. I have the name of my chapter, my subtopic up there, and then I have my writing. And now I'm on my closing. So today I want to talk about the closing. In your Seesaw assignment, there is the episode for writing that goes with how to write your closing. So my quick summary of that is that your closing should wrap up everything you've talked about. You don't need to introduce any new information here. This is letting the reader know that your writing is coming to an end. You can restate things that you have already said to remind the reader of, but we're going to let the reader know we're pretty much finished with our writing here. So we're on closing. My closing for my topic of lions is that lions are fascinating creatures. They live together out in the tall grasslands. And lions are strong hunters and quick cats. Now, sentence 2 is a repeat of an idea that I shared in one of my subtopics, where lions live. I'm restating that they live in the grasslands and they live together. And sentence 3 is also a repeat of what lions look like. I'm restating that they're strong hunters, they're quick cats, kind of what their bodies are like and how they move, okay? So when you work on your closing today, I want you to think of about 3 sentences that you can write to wrap up your writing, let the reader know you're almost done, restate some things you may have already shared. When you're done with your closing and you have gone back and you have included all of your pages for your story, you should find that you have at least 5 pages. You want 1 page for your introduction, 1 page for each subtopic, so that's 1, 2, 3, and a page for your closing, okay? We're not worrying about illustrations yet. We're not worrying about final draft publishing. I just really would like for you to get your writing onto paper so that as we move this week and next week through those final steps of writing, you have your physical story in front of you to work with. I hope you found this helpful for today, for getting started with your writing assignment. I hope you have a wonderful Monday, and I'll check back in soon. Bye!